I'm always in this bitch. It's Roll Out Digital. It's Young Guns of Comedy. Better ask your baby mama if she ain't too funny. It don't matter. I'm still lit. You already know a nigga is the shit. We got the sky. It's pineapple. Shot Fatima. They eating Snapple.
Oh. What?
I don't know.
He said Fatima made
What's
Snapple.
up?
I don't know.
I'm done. What's
not what
up,
I
y'all? Welcome to the YGOC podcast, Young Guns of Comedy. I'm your girl, Fatima Ming, and to my left, we got...
Whisper, what up, y'all?
Hey.
And then we got...
Hey, Charlie Wilson TV. What's up, y'all?
Behind the glass curtain, as usual, we got HNS in the building.
Shalom to the people.
So, yeah, let's just kick it off. We had, literally some shit pop off as we all were probably on our way to the studio that that Mr. Kobe Bryant has passed away unexpectedly in a helicopter crash. It was about 10 a.m. here in LA time. From my understanding, I think it was his private helicopter. There were 5 people. There were no survivors. His wife and his daughters were not among the people that were in the crash. I'm just kind of reading the latest right now.
Where was he going?
It doesn't say.
Said it went down in Calabasas. So.
Yeah, it went down in Calabasas. Firefighters are working on containing the fire. He was 41 years old, so young.
Very sad.
Shout out to
For
Kobe
sure.
and all his family and everyone else that was on that helicopter too.
Yeah.
They said it was 5 other people on there. I don't know if they released the names yet, but
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
5 total, including him, and there were no survivors.
Very sad. LA's going to take a big hit with that one.
Definitely. Yeah, so he had a 20-year career with the Lakers, 5 championships, 18 All-Star games after he retired, and then he retired after the 2016 season. I'm just reading some of the notes here, but yeah, this is literally just happened about 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they made this an official Kobe Bryant Day, you know, at this point.
Or
you know
probably
what I mean?
his birthday or something like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Yeah, it's very tragic. Our condolences go out to his family.
Definitely.
And all of us, of course, are fans, and he's the GOAT, he's amazing. And so very sad and tragic that we had to lose him, and, sucks.
I mean, it's interesting. Why do y'all think that had such a big impact on everybody's personally? I don't know about y'all and how y'all even found out about the information, but wasn't it when you found out about this Kobe Bryant situation, it felt like just some cousin or something at first? It's kind of like, wait a minute, hold up, what?
I mean, mostly because everyone's, not everybody, but most people who are a fan of him have watched him for years.
Right, kind of grew up with him.
Kind of grew up with him, you know what I mean? Like, and for me, it was a thing with our family. Like, everybody watched, sports together, basketball together. And I remember the whole, Shaq against Kobe thing and how intense that was. And
Yeah.
it is like a cousin or something, because it's like you watched him grow. And, like, people who are older fans, they watched him from, when he was 18.
Yeah. I mean, he
out
got
there
into
for
the
20
league.
years, so
He got into the league when he was 18. He was one of the cats. He was straight from high school.
Yeah.
So he broke barriers, man, and changed the dynamic of the game, brought a new excitement to the game. I mean, broke records, man. So it's an incredible loss to not only the NBA, but just, what he's done in terms of, just continuing to inspire, inspire the sport and inspire young people, especially young people of color.
Yeah.
Terrible. You have any thoughts on that, HNS?
No. I don't know if I want to say this on air. I'm reading this from New York Post. Reportedly, his daughter was in the plane, in the helicopter with him.
I see somebody commenting in the chat room, but the story I read, it said that his daughters and his wife were not among them, but maybe they got it wrong.
I'm getting this from the New York Post right now. So,
Oh, that would be terrible. I hope not.
Oh,
I
my
hope not.
gosh.
I hope not. But,
damn.
all right.
Well, we certainly keeping everybody lifted up in prayer, man.
Yeah, and his family.
But again, what that spoke to me was, again, we just have to. It's a constant reminder when something like this happens that nobody is off limits as to what can happen to you or when your life can change or when there could be a significant shift. So I feel like that's a wake up call to continue to, just wake up and be grateful with gratitude. And be glad that you have your health and another opportunity to live and do what you got to do, man. So I'm glad that he was able to at least live his best life and reach a lot of what seemed to be his goals. And
Yeah,
stuff
he definitely
like
achieved a lot in 41 years. He still died very young, but he did a lot. So he did live somewhat of a full life. But yeah, rest in peace and our
unexpected.
condolences. But yeah, but you know, other than that, what have you guys been up to this week?
All right,
What's been
well, it's
going
time
on?
to shoot the shit, man. Time to shoot the shit, man. So my weekend has been off to a good start, man. My mama's in town, y'all.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Shout out to
Okay,
my
Mama
mama.
Wilson.
She probably ain't watching this unless somebody helping her set it up, YouTube and shit on her
Oh
phone.
my
So,
God.
mama, I'm
Don't
gonna
be
show it
trying
to you
come
later,
at your
mama.
mom neck like
I'm gonna
that.
show it to you later, mama.
My mama needs the same help.
Right, give me my glasses. How you set the video?
Whisper Mama's a dedicated fan. We love her. We love her.
Yeah. So she's in town, so we kind of showing her around LA a little bit. She's taking my daughter out a little bit, you know,
Oh,
spending
okay.
a little,
Being
spending a little
grandma.
time with her. Right. So that's cool, man. What y'all? Oh yeah, and obviously shout out to Open Mic Spot, man, in Inglewood, man. Another successful Friday night, man. Comedy show was dope. Keenan Baker came and headlined the show. We had amazing talent. Sold out, man. We ran out of seats, man. So we want to continue to push momentum, man. So if you're into comedy, live comedy, $5 Fridays. I can't think of a better way to spend your Friday nights, man. So that was also a good show, man. But that's kind of my weekend in a nutshell. I'm trying to get a nap when I can, man. What about y'all, man? What you been up to, Whisper?
Well, real quick before Whisper gives her side note, we did not even acknowledge this. Obviously, K-Dot's not here today. We didn't fire her or anything.
Did
Word.
we need to
Everybody like, wait a minute, what's the Three Musketeers? What is this?
She's under the weather, so
Shout out to
she
K-Dot.
wasn't feeling too well. So shout out to K-Dot. But yeah.
Well, whatever.
Hater.
see
Let's talk
that?
about my friend like that in her
We gonna
house.
get you some Dayquil or something.
We gonna drop some off at the crib.
Shot. What you need?
No, speaking of K-Dot, me and her went to an open mic and K-Dot killed it. She killed it. She did we went to open mic spot. in
Oh,
Inglewood.
dope.
She did about 3 minutes, and her 3 minutes were funnier than some of the other comedians.
Oh, that's
I
fine.
believe
5
it.
or 6
I believe
minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna help her anymore. Like, because
Nah, I'm not gonna help
She
her.
good at
Don't
this
be a
point.
hater. Don't
because
start
I think the
hating.
bitch might be funnier than me. So I ain't helping her no more,
She
okay?
good at this point, basically. She
Don't do
good.
that. Don't do
I'm
that.
like, this bitch lied to me.
Right,
No.
right.
Don't do
No,
that.
no. But she's really funny, and she did absolutely great.
That's what's up.
For sure.
You said this
for
bitch
sure.
is a natural. Get up out of here, man.
How dare you?
I was sitting up here like, ain't this a bitch?
That's funny.
What else? Also, I shot a film this
Oh,
weekend.
I saw that.
What?
What was that for? What was up?
That's independent film. Really tired. Did 8 days. I went to
Damn.
work. Then I did not 8 days, 8 hours. Went to work on Friday. Then did 8 hours there, and then did 8 hours yesterday.
Damn.
But it's a thriller. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen The Joker, but in The Joker, there's a scene where he realizes everything that he's been seeing is fake. And so that's kind of what the movie is. Like, everything he's believing is not really happening. So
Damn.
it was a lot of fun. I thought it was going to be on some bullshit. And so I just came. I was
Can
late.
you just go
See,
into
that's
it being
LA. Nah,
optimistic?
that's LA.
Like,
That's
I don't
LA.
go in there
You
like
got your
LA,
guard
bruh.
up in LA.
You got
'cause
your
you
guard
get,
up.
yeah.
So I came in. I was like, all right. And then I get there and like the supermarket. It was like a supermarket shutdown. It was background
Damn,
people.
okay.
They was micing me up.
They had a
and-
team, right?
And they had a makeup artist. I was like, no, thank you.
We found out they was professional.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
That's what's
But
She thought she was gonna walk up to a nigga with an iPhone. Come over here, sis. Over here.
Right.
Over here, sis.
but no, and then yesterday, also, I hung out with a friend of mine. Shit got real. We almost came to blows.
Whoa.
You was about to fight your friend?
Yeah, because I am black and I cannot play spades.
Oh,
I
damn.
can't either. So
But
damn.
no, black people
Yeah,
take spades so
it's
seriously.
serious.
Word.
So everybody knows we're at the game. Everybody knows Whisper doesn't know how to play. I'm learning how to play. Somehow it switched and now it's all competitive and niggas is arguing and fighting. And
Damn.
black people love to be like, ugh,
Right.
niggas.
Yeah.
And all this shit. And I was just like, I'm going to go. Okay. Because y'all getting a little too
Like, I
intense.
don't want to be
Right.
a part of this.
And
I
my
don't.
friend's like, you cut me. I was like, I don't know what that means, okay? I don't know why black people take spades so
Nah,
seriously.
yeah,
but
nobody ever showed me, man. It's like spades is so serious, but nobody ever teach you how to play that shit, right?
If you get to a certain age, nobody's going to teach you how to play.
Damn.
Like, I was
Well,
very surprised that my friend was
You
like,
gotta
yeah, I'll
find
teach you.
Mr. Miyagi or somebody
You
out in the
still-
ancient temple to show you how to play spades these days.
You
dog.
still-
It's
Yeah.
serious. It's not a game.
You got to
apparently.
learn as a kid because once you, no.
Gotcha. Okay, what about you? You gotta do anything fun for Tim?
Yeah,
What you
so
do?
I mean, you guys probably notice I'm a little more glam than usual today.
Okay, I see you popping over here. I see.
So, you
I
know, I
see.
had my first e-commerce photo shoot for my cosmetics line that's launching in the spring. Mint Cosmetics.
Yay.
So I had my face beat. But yes, I was doing that this morning and like getting prepared for that this week and putting labels on stuff and doing mood boards and stuff. So I'm like dumb excited about that.
Yes.
But yeah, I do like so much in the course of it. Y'all ever just just do so much shit that you're like, I don't even know what I did this week that I just did. Like,
Yes.
Right. Covered a lot of bases.
Yes.
I had to do that, and then studying for class every week. You got to do new scenes, and it's just a lot. But yeah, it's been a good, productive week. I feel good about it.
Nice. Come on,
But
fuck
yeah.
with us, 2020. We out here
on.
making moves.
Productive.
Shit.
Exactly.
Come
Yeah.
on now.
You know.
Got the cruise coming up. Y'all don't forget about that cruise if you haven't already submitted your information, man. So we
Yeah.
getting ready, dog. I've been trying to work out and get my life together. As you see, I got the wings and chips in front of me.
Yeah,
This is
pretty
my
much. He over here
struggle.
doing his own personal mukbang
it, man.
podcast in front of the people.
I can't.
But yeah, we'll definitely remind you guys more about the cruise later on. But let's hop into our hot topics for the day.
Hot topics.
Interesting. So actually, let me see. Well, let's start with your suggestion first. The your step cousins, Meek Mills and Nicki
Meek Mills
Minaj.
and Nicki Minaj.
Let's talk about them in that
man.
situation.
Yeah, so Meek Mills and Nicki Minaj were bumped into each other at a store in the mall, and Nicki Minaj's husband was there. Now, Nicki Minaj's husband and Meek Mills have had a beef for a while.
Do we know his name?
Kenneth something? I don't know.
Damn.
Nicki Minaj's husband, that's his name.
Damn.
Hey,
that's
I think his last name is Petty.
Yeah,
Mr.
his
Petty.
last name is Petty. It is Petty,
Mr.
but
Petty.
That's Petty.
apparently one of the reasons they beef is because something about a rhyme that Meek Mills did in a song, whatever. But it got hectic. Like they was really, arguing in this store, fighting. Nicki's cussing him out. Nicki in the video said, "You can't get over me" and all this bullshit.
Right.
Were we able to get the clip, HNS? Yeah, let's listen to
Yo,
the
it's
clip
wild. I
of the
saw it.
situation.
People just exiting the store like, oh shit, oh shit.
We picked it right back up, didn't we, you and I?
50 people outside. We ain't good.
People outside.
I'm talking.
Damn.
Yeah.
She said, you can fuck around and get shot, bitch. Is that what she said?
It's real.
Does anyone know what store they're at?
They're somewhere in WeHo.
Probably a store my black ass
They
never
said
been
it in the
before.
article. Wait a minute. Let me see.
Unless they in Ross, I don't know.
Done with
They in
you.
Marshalls?
Wait a minute. I'm gonna
I
find
don't
the store. I
know.
have
They don't look like Marshalls.
It's
I don't see no candles, no keychains, nothing like that in the
It's
front.
called Maxfield. It's a high-end clothing store.
See there?
Yeah.
Some shit I never even heard of.
That's
Yeah.
craziness.
And yeah, his name is Kenneth Petty.
Kenneth Petty. Yes. Hilarious.
Damn, that was his real last name?
Hilarious.
Petty, yeah.
Damn.
So, I mean, come on. Nobody is. Are we really fighting over Nicki Minaj? Not to be like she ain't fine, but
Yeah.
But like, why are
Come
y'all
on.
fighting? Like, didn't Meek move on? Like, I don't follow these people,
Meek-
but like, didn't she
yeah.
move on? She's married now. Like,
Yes.
what is the beef? The fuck,
What
like,
is-
This
unless
stuff, the
unless
unresolved
she's
stuff.
still like fucking around with Meek. Like, why are y'all mad?
Probably no, it just probably was never resolved or never tied up before they left.
yeah.
Well,
So,
that sounds
He-
like a personal problem.
he did he did do some rhyme and was kind of dissing Kenneth Petty and saying like, me and you just broke up and now you with this nigga, who is he, and talking about his crimes and
I
stuff
think
like
I
that.
might have the. Let me see if I can pull the lyrics for you.
This shit beyond me. You was supposed to be my Beyonce, now you this nigga fiance?
damn.
What? Fuck you mean you feel a connection? He listen to you. What? This nigga with Balenciaga with bootcut jeans.
Somebody's upset.
Oh.
Fuck you losing your mind? Hey yo, call my fucking phone back, yo. Every time you post.
Oh, Meek! Meek! I wanted to hear the rest of the song. That's
Yeah.
what fucked up about it. I want to hear the rest of the
In
song.
your
though.
feelings
He's in
over
his
that.
feelings a
Over
little
that.
Yeah,
Kenneth-
bootcut J. Hey, on some real shit though, if I was a rapper, I'd be firing niggas up too, dog. When you can spit that good, nigga, I'm like, look at this nigga with the bootcut G, this whole punk ass nigga.
Done.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you guys on this topic.
Yeah.
So you've never broken up with the ex or something, and then seen them with somebody, and just felt like they downgraded a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, nigga, that's my life right
I've
now.
never seen them like run into them.
Like every day.
I've never run into them in person, but I've seen pictures. I'm like, nigga.
Right.
My ex was like, yeah, my new girl's booty is fat. I'm like, nigga, her body is fat. The fuck?
Oh my
Like,
God,
that's
I'm
why
finished.
they kind
I'm
of go
so
together.
done.
They
I'm so
kind of
done.
go
That's
together,
funny.
nigga. I don't know what you're saying. But man, it's just ridiculous that they were fighting like that and like
Right.
really about to scrap. And so apparently Meek's, his people was in the store, and so it was about to go down. And it's like, for what? Like, y'all have moved on. You're both happy. Meek Mill's about to have a baby.
That's
so.
what I'm like. Like, get
Yeah, see,
over
what the
it.
problem is y'all think it's that easy to get over it, but They people just like the people y'all be seeing on Maury, the people y'all be seeing on Cheetahs,
Not on Maury.
people y'all be seeing on all of this other shit. They people too. So when they see their ex, look how bitch I told you. Fuck, she was like, what she say? I'm gonna send somebody for you or some shit like that.
People want to win at the
Maybe
end of a relationship.
some people maybe just need closure.
Yeah,
It's like if you
that's what I'm
don't
saying.
get
You're
it,
never gonna get
Right.
close.
if
You're
you
never
don't
gonna
get it, then they
get
just lose their goddamn mind. It's
Right.
like, calm down.
Closure is not real. You're never.
It's
gonna
not.
get
It's really like
you're
give
never gonna
yourself
get close.
closure, but some people
Exactly.
need it. Like let's have one last sit down,
Right.
so you could tell
And
me
when they don't
exactly
get
why
that,
you
they
not
get
fucking
bitter.
with me no
And when they
more.
don't get that, they get
Right.
bitter. You're right.
I
Yeah.
personally don't care about none of that. I don't need you to sit me down, and we don't need to talk about that.
We understand that you're a
Boo,
savage.
that's what
whisperer.
she's saying now.
But you're never
It's
gonna
fine.
say what I want you to say. I'm never gonna
Right.
hear what I need. It's always gonna be a little. I'm always gonna want a little bit more.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Right.
I personally love Meek Mills. Like I think Meek Mills is cute. But you just got a dash of ugly in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Dash?
He's not super
Not a
fine.
dash, I'm
He's not
done.
super
Wow, she
fine.
gonna dash this nigga with
I
some ugly.
can't.
My question though for the men, would you date Nicki Minaj? Like, would you date someone who was like so big? You know what I mean? Because a couple months ago when they got married, everybody was saying that she bought their rings, right? Mm-hmm. Which she clearly did. But my thing is for the fellas, would you date someone as big as Nicki Minaj?
I think
Well,
a lot.
what does Mr. Petty do? Is he in the industry?
No. Well, I don't. We don't know what he does. He's just a dude that's known her since she was like 16, I think. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like she was with Safari for so many years. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they've been friends. Her and Mr. Petty have been friends for many years, but I don't know if he was in prison for a while, so I don't know if he has like an
Oh,
actual
no.
job now. No
Well,
shade.
I would imagine that somebody like Nicki Minaj could go to somebody like that, man. You got to think about when you on her level. Every dude that you meeting just seems like I don't know how real this may be.
Right.
So to go back to somebody you've known from childhood, you've known
That's
from
true.
years
That
ago.
you
that
never
could
know.
I
still
can
not
see
be
that.
real either. That could still not be
Right.
real.
But you never know, especially like that. It's like you never know what someone's intentions are.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
even when you're not a celebrity. So let alone when you do get to that point, it's like, so are you with me because you fuck with me or because you are an opportunist?
Right.
You know.
So,
But that's a good question, though.
Nick, would you date somebody as big as Nicki Minaj, or would you feel a type of way?
You know, I actually broke up with my the last woman I dated because she actually got a modeling contract.
Oh, what
what?
contract?
A modeling contract
Oh,
in New York.
damn,
She
damn.
So congratulations to her. Like she moved to New York to become
Right.
a real paid model.
Damn.
You know. But that kind of lifestyle just not for me.
Yeah.
Like
I
I'm
get
more of a
that.
conservative person.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to date somebody who has to live that lifestyle to make a living.
Yeah.
That's
you know.
true. That's true.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, I think a lot of people like the idea of Nicki Minaj or like the idea of someone like that, but to actually be able to sustain being in a
I think
relationship with
I think
someone like
that's
that,
what
it's a
to
different
some
level.
people like the idea of fame until you
Yeah.
get it because you don't understand everything that comes with it.
Right.
Yeah, I've had dudes who don't even like they can't understand me being a comic. I have to be in clubs, bars, comedy clubs. Like I have to be out. I have to be out.
Right.
at
Strip
night.
clubs, you gotta be there if you're gonna make it in this
throw that
business.
in
You know
there.
what I'm
You ain't
saying?
gotta be in no
You
strip
gotta
club.
be. She said it. Right?
and it's comedy is male dominated, so I'm almost always around men, and so I've
Right.
had issues with that with men not understanding, like, well, why you got it's a
Right.
Wednesday, why you out, what time
Right.
you coming home,
Right.
and then they don't get I have to build a friendship
Right.
with other comics
Right.
who are gonna be men,
Right.
and they just be like, oh, you trying to do something.
Yeah, that's tough.
So it's definitely not for everybody. Hopefully Mr. Petty can handle it because she's I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for you to blow up on Meek Mills over that rhyme or whatever is dumb.
But hey, who knows, man? It could have been something more
It
to
coulda
that.
been
Meek could have
something
set off.
behind.
Yeah, like it's so much to the shit, man. But at the end of the day, I feel like guys just gotta be secure. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
for
If
sure.
you're not secure, you're gonna have a problem with your lady doing this and that and that. It's a lot, man. I mean, for any man, I think it's a lot to have their lady, smoozing around some other dude. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, you want to feel like you in control. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But when you go out and you hey, what's up? It's like, shit, wait a minute now.
Yeah.
This
And
nigga
maybe
kind of tall over there. What's up?
and most likely Meek is making way more money than him. So that might be a factor of you hitting the nerve with that because it's like I'm not really on the same level as you or nowhere near the same level with my girl. So maybe he's feeling the type of way with that.
Ugh.
I don't know.
So, anyways, so there was another video that we came across about comedian Earthquake, and he was talking about how situation with his baby
struck a
mom
nerve.
/ ex-wife and child support, and how basically she's making more from child support than working. And then the video also cut into some other people, such as Matt Barnes, who was talking about he paid $1 million in like legal fees and everything to get custody of his twin. So I think that this is interesting.
It's interesting as hell.
And yeah, I mean, if any guys are out there that can relate to just an unfair like custody situation, and feel free to call in 818-914-4087 and just kind of let us know your take on it if you've been in that situation.
Fellas.
But yeah, I mean, it's not fair, but I mean, there's a lot of things at play. Like earlier, like off air, we were talking about how you said, you know, be careful about who you lay down and make babies with, because if shit don't work out, then if they're like a spiteful, petty ass person, and this might be some shit that you might have to deal with, them just trying to get money out of you, and then you have females that will just try to get ball players and rich guys just for the sake of a check. So I don't know, like, how you feel about it as a man?
I mean, I feel like it's so messed up, man, especially for a black man, because I feel like we always get the stereotype. It's like we're not there for our kids, or we don't take care of our kids. We don't want to be around our kids. So it's so fucked up that these guys that want to be involved in their kids' life have to go through all of these hoops and have to pay all of this money just to be involved. And at the same time, a lot of the women are probably saying, well, you ain't, or whatever the case may be, or whatever the anger, animosity may be. It's like, damn, you know, can we show up? Can we be present? So I guess, and not to take this to the question of the day, but this was kind of tailoring into that in terms of like, should a man be on child support? You know, if he's active and present and paying and taking care of the child, and you know that.
I mean, well, Whisper, you could add your...
a whole human comes out of my vagina,
She said a whole
I
human.
want a check, period. I want a check.
Right.
I'm saying, like, listen, if I feel like child support is abused, women do abuse it, but I also understand how necessary it is, because, you know, men be dipping, you know, they be leaving, or the best part about child support is that you can garnish somebody's wages.
Right. You be saying that's the best part?
Yes, because
Best part for who?
For the woman, because there are men who will just dip. They don't want to be in their child's life.
True.
Oh, you ain't getting away. You gonna pay this child support regardless. And being a mom is very difficult. I am not a mother, but you know, I have so many cousins and helped raise. It's expensive, it's hard, and I would never want to do it alone. And I see a lot of women do it. So a little bit of money is.
So it's just for security.
It's just for security.
But if you got a guy that's showing you, that's there for you.
I feel like if
you still got to protect yourself, because what if he gets a new girl and now his money is going over here, he don't want to do X, Y, and Z. You got to protect yourself.
I mean, I feel like if you have a stand-up dude and he's doing what he's supposed to do, I don't feel like you put him on child support. Now if he switch up and act a fucking fool, then yeah, we
but
gonna
does he at least have an opportunity to show you that I can still provide? Damn,
she's one of them.
She said no.
As
She's
soon
like,
as,
no.
as soon as they put the baby in my arms, right me the check.
Right, see. She said, rub me my check.
I do think that they need to have, I don't know how it works, but it's like some of these women are like getting hundreds of thousands a month, and I'm like, you got to show me receipts for that. So I feel like you see it
when they pull up in the parking lot. You see the receipt.
Yeah, you need to be able to prove that you need this much money.
Because there was a thing about that where they were saying, like, should there be a card for child support where you can only pay for certain things, that you can't just go buy whatever with the money? And I don't think that that's a bad idea.
I don't either, because I mean they do that with EBT if you for people trying to survive and eat.
Right.
So yeah, I mean
it's like with this card you can only pay the electric bill. You can only buy, well, maybe not groceries. Because grocery has its own thing, but yeah, like I think that's a good idea. Yeah,
my homegirl dated a basketball player, and she was so petty. She took a picture on a Range Rover and was like, thanks for the car.
Wow.
I'm done.
Wow.
You know, but hers was pure emotion, because he moved on.
Right, of course. That's spite. That's what happens. It's spite. So that's why, but that's the problem. I feel like a lot of it comes with just spite. And like, I don't want to see you have nobody else now.
That's how you hurt somebody get to their money. Like if I lose $1, I'm stuck in a corner for a while. Like I'm just like, dang, where that dollar at? Shit.
Nah. So I mean,
But-
it's messed up, man. It's kind of unfortunate, man. But hopefully,
In this same interview, though, Earthquake talks about his dad, and he says how his dad has 27 children.
I heard that shit.
in
Wow.
in Washington D.C. and I was like, I
Like
probably
you just like STDs just aren't a thing.
Wow.
You just are immune to that,
27
just
kids.
slinging it anywhere.
27 kids.
it's like a whole soccer team. How many is it?
That's
27?
a lot.
That's
Yeah,
two
that's a
teams.
soccer
Yeah,
team.
that's two
What the hell
teams.
is going on?
27. I'm like, yo, bro, you just was like, I'm gonna just do my thing.
But you know, back in the day, that was just the way. Especially, I mean, I can't say for every
Let's
man,
not-
but
let's
they
not.
just they moved. They just moved.
Yeah,
They made
bro.
moves. They made
No.
moves. Yeah. Well, when you think the Rolling Stone, my papa was a Rolling
That's
Stone.
trash.
done.
Nasty.
Wherever he laid his hat was his home. Where y'all at?
No,
can't.
I'm not
Not
with
sing
it.
along.
I'm
No?
not doing
All
a high
right.
note. I'm not
Nah.
doing a high note.
No.
Charlie is 70 years old.
That's how
really.
they
I'm
move.
done.
See, y'all don't know about the old schools, but that's how they move. They move. They stuck and move.
And
You say
they
so.
were trash then too.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I didn't say it
That's
was
your
right.
favorite
for
adjective.
you to
You
have 27 children and they all are in the same state.
Yeah.
And Earthquake said he's like, yeah, I probably smashed one of my sisters just because
Wow.
you don't know. You
Damn.
don't know. That's just
It's that small town, man.
yuck. And then another thing he said, which made me kind of sad, was he was saying how he's like, I wish the mother of my children was the woman of my dreams. That's what I wanted, but she's okay. And I was like, ugh.
But that's
Well,
that
whose fault is
that's
that?
that qualification
Like his?
process I was
Yes.
telling you about initially. You know, we
Wow.
all meet the person's representative up off top,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
let that be enough to allow us to, lay down, have sex with them, and now we cool. Then you meet the real them a year and a half later, or a year later, or once y'all move in, or whatever.
My thing is, men, y'all
Here
can
come
control.
with the
Y'all
man.
can, you can
Speedy!
you can control yourself. Like, yes, there are children. Not to be too graphic. Yes, there are children made from pre-cum, but how often does that
Say
happen?
pre-chrome? What was
Pre
that? Pre what?
Jesus. Be offended.
pre-cum. You like,
Right.
come on, but y'all
Right.
can control yourself. Y'all don't have to make children. You don't have to. You know that this girl you like, you kind of like her. She cool, but you know you've had sex with her many a times, and you know after you had sex, you probably be like, she cool, but in the moment,
Right.
you don't need to.
It's all for the moment.
Come on.
It's
But
all
at-
for the
but
moment. It's all
That's
for the
true, but at the
moment.
end of the day, it also
Pull
takes two
out.
to tango. Like the woman
It
knows that she
does.
putting
It
herself
does.
in
Right,
position to
it
get
does.
knocked up. If you feel like he an ain't shit dude, then
Right.
that's
Why
on
is
you.
he at your crib?
Right,
You know what I'm
period.
saying?
Like,
why
let
is he
alone
over
why is he
there?
inside of you? Why is he at your house?
We're not gonna do that, okay?
We
See?
are.
Yeah,
are.
see, me and-
'Cause
me
you
and-
like them ratchet ass niggas. That's why you don't want
Right,
to go there.
see, you got to. It's
But-
I
about
don't have any
accountability.
kids.
It's
I
about
don't have any
accountability.
kids
Right,
with
good for
them
you.
Yeah.
because
Good for
I'm
you.
smart.
Yeah.
The funniest joke ever, that it kind of relates to Patrice O'Neal makes a joke about how protection is a woman's responsibility.
Right. It was funny. That brought forth a good conversation. Me and wifey was talking about that like a
That
week
sounds
ago.
a bit ridiculous because the brunt of the financial responsibility could fall on the dude.
Yeah.
So why would he say,
Protection.
I'm cool?
As far as just like let's meet in the condoms and all that stuff, he's like
That's
a
a
woman's
guy's-
responsibility because men are trash. They,
Right,
They
right.
They trying to go in.
That's
I love how
my
she lumps
point.
all y'all together. She
Yo,
lumps all of y'all
that's
together.
all-
It's
hey,
hilarious.
so-
Not trying to lump you all together.
But
I'm
listen,
just
I
saying.
told wifey that I was like, man, look, it's on y'all. And she was like, no, y'all come in, y'all were deceiving us, y'all be making it seem like. I'm like, but you're supposed to know that. You know we coming with the whoop-de-whoop.
With
You know
the
what I'm saying?
lies.
You supposed to be prepared and take me through a very, very, very serious interview process.
Very.
You fucked up and let me in too soon. Now you pregnant and you ain't feeling so hot about it. You're bad. You're going to be a great single mama, though. I'm going to holler at you later,
Wow.
right?
You're the trash that she was talking about.
I'm just
Correct.
saying.
Yes,
This is just
men,
what I'm seeing.
Just know off top, I won't say most men, but a lot of men, if you allow them to go in unprotected, they will. They
Yeah.
They're going to be
Right.
thinking about it during. They're going to be like, damn, this bitch. just-
Right. She just let me right on up in here.
We going to die.
Right.
Like,
Together.
I'm done. I'm so done.
But they will. So you as women, you do need to have protection. Like you people be like, oh, you a hoe, you got condoms. No, I'm just smart about mine. 'Cause
Yeah.
Men will get all the way there.
There you go.
Past a 7-Eleven, a Walmart,
Come on.
CVS,
Right.
and be like,
There you
"Dang,
got,
I
there
ain't
you
got-
got.
I ain't got."
All right, just let me, you know what I'm saying?
It's just a little bit.
right.
I remember my ex used to be like, condoms is $3. Who gonna pay for that?
Oh, okay.
you know how much a pack of
how much
diapers is?
Similac is?
Sir.
Okay, and
Right.
he's like, you only get
No.
a couple. You only get a couple in a box. Who gonna keep paying for that?
Right. Like,
Better
niggas
get
that
up.
don't want
I fell
children.
for it. I fell for it.
Right.
We're done.
You're like, okay.
I love him. We're be together forever.
Right. And how long
This
ago
is
was it that y'all
why
went?
I can't.
We've been broken up for like 2 years, so.
Damn.
Wow.
But you mean the last time? Was
Yeah, yeah.
Let me calculate. I don't want to get them caught up. So.
Gotcha.
Okay, moving right along. I cannot with Whisper. Beyonce, she has a collab with Adidas called Ivy Park, apparently. And she's catching some flack because it's not all inclusive of plus size. And
Right.
some people are upset that it only goes up to size extra large.
Right.
And I don't think she cares. But I think people just...
She don't.
I can't. Like, it's like, did anybody consider maybe she just like trying it out to see how it goes, and then maybe she'll expand. Like everybody just ready to jump down her throat. It doesn't have to like.
I
it's
feel
not
like
that
she.
deep.
I feel
Just
like.
calm
I
down.
feel like she should have came. B. I feel like
I'm
you should have
done.
came straight out the gate with the plus size. You know, you got a beehive that's bigger than America,
Not bigger
so you
than
got to be able
America.
to support your whole beehive and just make it all inclusive. Like she got the resources and the money and all of that to do it. Is it a question of I don't know if I have the market to? You know, you got the market.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
don't know. Maybe she would. I think she was just trying to put it out there and just see how it does, and then maybe expand on it later. But I don't know. I don't think it was that deep.
Perhaps. Shit.
Listen, as a card-carrying member of the plus size,
She said card carrying.
Not a card carrying member.
okay, I used to be much bigger than this. Adidas goes up to a XXX or something like that. So it's not like, and then it's Beyonce. Anything Beyonce puts out, her beehive is gonna buy.
Right.
Period.
Right.
So you're not on let me just try it out.
Right.
No, bitch.
Yeah,
you know it's gonna
Right.
pop. It's
Sharita from Crenshaw, she might be trying out a business or
Exactly.
something. But Beyonce.
So you
But
think
you're
that
Beyonce.
she like intentionally was like, I'm not gonna. Make
I don't
plus
think she
sizes.
intentionally did it. I think she just missed it.
Right.
I think she just was not thinking, oh, let me put
Let me
plus
cover
size.
everybody.
And which is crazy to me because Beyonce is so inclusive.
Right.
Her dancers are plus size.
Right.
Most of her musicians are women of color. So it's just like for her to have missed it, it's like, dang, Beyonce. And then people were saying, okay, if that's the case where she's testing it out, that's insulting because why is it that plus size girls are an afterthought? Oh, let's see how this goes and then we'll bring. No, like.
I want a sweatsuit now. You know
I
what I'm
want
saying?
a sweatsuit.
I want a sweatsuit now,
I want a
bitch.
sweatsuit now.
Right.
Okay?
And I didn't get
mean,
one. I saw
how
she
did-
sent
how
some
did you
other
personally
people.
feel about the collection? Like, would you rock it?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. but-
I mean, I at least want I would get like a little jacket or something just to be like, ooh, Ivy Park. But, but
Simple.
I didn't think it was like all that great. I thought it was hilarious that all the models was Beyonce. It was just like
What?
pictures of Beyonce
Yeah.
modeling the clothes.
Yeah.
But
Well, I guess she had a meeting with her marketing team. That's like, okay, what's the best way we can sell these clothes?
Put it
All
on
right,
her.
where are all the models? All right, send all them bitches home. Beyonce, just you. Put on everything.
Right.
We're having a photo shoot today.
Right.
But yeah, I did think it was messed up that nobody in the room was like, hey, let's get some plus size clothes in here. Like y'all go up to a XXX, so you might as well, you know what I mean? Like be cute with it, but whatever. I mean, it's cool. I'm not gonna buy it because I can't afford it. But
She went through all that just
Just to
I'm
say I ain't
done.
even gonna buy it.
I'm so
Adidas,
done.
Adidas is expensive, and Ivy Park is extra expensive for no reason. I need stuff I can wear. Like
I'm gonna get it.
if I spend
When
a
that
lot
shit
of
come
money
to
on clothes-
Marshalls.
and one of the legs is shorter than the other.
Right, missing a button. I'll be like, ooh, I'll take it. I'm asking for another discount when I
Right,
get to the
exactly.
register.
Take 10% off of that.
Bruh, speaking of that, when I was in high school, I remember American Eagle was big.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that was super
yeah,
in. And the rip cut jeans, right?
Right.
And so I remember I bought some American Eagle jeans from Ross, and I cut them up myself with the hose, right? And I remember we was in gym, and I was changing, and you know how Ross scratches out the name.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, in the actual pair of jeans, they scratch out
Really?
the name. And this girl
Hilarious.
seen my jeans, and she was like, "This
got it
ain't
from
even
Ross?
real. You got this from Ross
She put you
with
on
your
Front
broke
Street."
ass." I was like,
Damn.
"Damn!" I was so embarrassed. I never wore them jeans again.
Oh my god.
I bet they still in the closet though, just in case.
No, I can't fit them no more.
Damn. You said you used to be like, baby, what? I need to see. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I was like my biggest was like 280,
What?
285.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
The same here though. Like I used to be I'm about 193 right now, but I used to be
Nobody
225,
cares.
230. And I struggled for a while. I was insecure, all of that. I was at the beach, niggas taking their shirt off. I was like, nigga, I'm good.
Right.
Wanted to swim like a motherfucker. I was like, no, I'm good.
Swing no t-shirt, no judgment.
Man,
No,
they
I
was gonna judge me,
I
though.
clown niggas who wear the t-shirt
See?
into the water.
See? That's what I was like.
Oh,
Because of
fat
you.
ass.
Right. With the wet t-shirt contest looking ass nigga. Right?
But no, so what you're saying is your wife was with you through it all.
Yeah, she
Dang,
was.
she like you.
And she was fine. She looked good. And I was just like, damn, all these niggas see her looking good. I'm over here looking like Professor Ogilvy.
Oh my God.
So when you come up, you can't forget her. Don't be on the bullshit.
No. But that's why
Right.
that's why I make such a conscious effort to really, really, really try and listen and try and be there and try to work through whatever we can. 'Cause that makes a difference.
If I meet somebody now and I blow up in like 4 years, I'm gonna cut them back. I'm gonna forget them. I'm gonna be like,
Damn.
nigga, you see these fine ass
At
niggas
least
coming
she's
for me.
honest,
You know?
so y'all know now.
Right.
If y'all meet
Fellas,
Whisper in
don't
these
unfollow her
streets,
now.
I'm
Right.
gonna be
don't
like,
even
listen,
expect
you
that
see
y'all gonna
that,
be with her.
that model over there? He said he want me. I'm out.
Right. It was fun while it lasted.
You ain't shit. You're trash, Whisper.
Right.
As-
Yeah.
in your own words, you're trash.
She just
Whatever.
She just
So men can do it, but all right, that's cool. I can't pull a Kevin Hart and
see that?
You had to
and
go
level
there.
up. I can't.
Say
You
she
had
tryna-
to go there.
Say she's trying to upgrade.
All right, so Detroit gentleman, I think you pronounce his name Santori Thomas. He's
Hilarious.
44, and he tried to cash a check. He tried to cash a check he got from a racial discrimination lawsuit from his previous employer, which happened to be Enterprise. And then went to the bank to try to cash a check and got discriminated against at the bank and couldn't cash the check. What in the bullshit is going on?
Wow.
What in the whole bullshit is going on?
Side note: he had 53 cents in his account at the
Oh,
time.
okay.
That don't
So
even matter.
He needed that money. He was
Right.
like, nigga,
He been
you
with
gotta-
this bank for like 2 years. He walked in, and I heard that the teller had the nerve to ask this nigga, well, like, where'd you get this money from? Like, trying to ask him where he got it
Right.
from. Like, I got it from your mom. Like,
Right.
why are you
Don't
asking
worry
me
about it.
this?
Cash it.
Exactly.
Just cash it.
Right. It's bigger than
Yeah.
yours. Cash it.
So,
Yeah, and it's like that was so dumb. You're gonna discriminate against him for a check that he just won from a discrimination
Right.
case.
Wow.
Exactly.
Finna
And
get
the-
two.
Exactly. And the thing is, they was like, no, it was a fraud, like fraudulent. Like the check, they tried to say it was fraud. But he went to Chase and cashed the check, and it cleared within
Right.
12
Damn.
hours.
Exactly.
So
See that?
clearly it wasn't no fraud.
It was
now-
Chase too?
No,
Well,
he went to Chase and was able to cash
the original
check.
bank, I think, was called TCF Bank or whatever. So now he's suing their asses.
Get him.
So he about to
Get
get
'em.
check settlement number two.
Get 'em.
Number two.
Yeah,
Number
man.
2. If you look at a picture of him, I probably would have been like, nigga,
Where'd you get
who
that
gave
shit?
you this check?
See?
See,
Where'd you
we
get this
gotta do
from?
better as a people. That's what
They checked this account balance. I think probably walked up to the register. Okay, hello, mister.
Where you get this money?
Okay. This is your debit card. Just put your pin in and I'll get you taken care of. They came out with that check. They said, seen this balance. Nigga was a negative 250. Nigga said, one moment. Nigga was probably sweating the whole time he was in line. People waiting.
Oh, shoot. I remember I got a settlement check like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They treat you like a queen. They be like, well, come on in. Like when they see you with a
Right,
big
right,
check,
right.
they be
Right.
like, sit down, put your feet up.
Right. One of our
You
platinum
want to
members.
open a
Right.
savings account? You be like, no, nigga, cash this out.
Right. Cash me out.
Cash me out. I'm about to go to the club with this and show off.
See?
Not to club.
With a stack just right here. That's all I want to do. But no, that's crazy. I feel bad for old boy, but he about to come up on another
On
check.
another check.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
what's
feel
gonna
bad,
happen.
Another check.
Get your money, player.
And it sounds like this was like a small country, fucking bank. So it's like, whatever.
I like it. If I was in a small town, if I went back to my hometown, I'm from Louisiana. For the other, I'm from
For
Shreveport,
the
Louisiana.
20th time. He
Shout out
says
to
this
Louisiana,
every
baby.
episode.
Just so y'all know, baby. If I was in my
haven't
hometown,
lived there in
just
like
wants to
15
make sure it's
years.
known.
Shreveport,
sir.
baby, we out here.
Yeah,
know what I'm
nobody
saying?
knows you there.
Shreveport. I hate it when I say I'm from Louisiana. Everybody be like, yeah, I was just in New Orleans. It's more than Louisiana.
No,
It's
it's
a whole
not.
state.
It's New Orleans.
In New Orleans. But if I was in my hometown and I had a big check, I would make it. I'd just go out. I'd just be like, y'all just gonna be ready. I have a marching band with me. You know what I'm saying? They'll know I was a nigga that would just want some money.
A whole marching band.
Okay, not a whole nigga that wants some money. I can't. Yeah, I would act ignorant too. I'm not even
Cash
gonna
it.
lie. My mama be having a fur on jewels.
See that? Like, remember the
Okay.
episode of Martin when they came up on that money,
Yes.
right? They was cleaning them up, bought everything. They spent up everything, right? They had to take everything back. That's me.
Typical black people. Like,
Right,
I spend this
right,
money
right.
that we don't even have yet, just
Right,
because.
right.
Like,
That's
nigga.
like, bruh, I be almost every check I get, it's already gone.
Gone.
Before I get it, I'm
Right.
like, all right, I'm gonna pay these bills, and then
Live my
I've
life.
been looking at this jacket for like 2 years.
Right.
Not 2 years though.
Going to the wrong place. See, she trying to go to Maxfield's, where Nicki Minaj and them was. What was it called?
Listen.
Mayfield? Was it that?
Max
Maxwell?
something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
You need to go over to Marshalls. You could have been had 2 jackets.
It's all we need to know.
Some clothes it's like worth the money. Like if you ever like certain cotton, you'd be like, nigga, who picked this? This is nice.
Yeah,
Like
the quality. The quality.
The quality. It was
Yeah.
like you can't go back to Ross. It's all scratchy and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
they
man.
be a little thin. Them hoodies be a little thin in there. Them hoodies be a
You
little
wash
thin.
it one time and it's ripped. You like,
Yeah.
damn.
That's sucky.
You can't wash them. What y'all don't know how to do y'all Marshalls clothes. You don't wash them clothes, y'all.
Ew, what?
Y'all wash y'all Marshalls
wash
clothes?
them?
No.
You up here spraying it with Febreze. and
Yes.
going
You
out.
want it to last.
You
What?
stink.
Don't get too
What?
close to Charlie.
Look, get you a
He's
Tide
funky.
pen,
He's
right?
funky.
Some Febreze, right?
He do smell like
See?
like
Febreze?
apple or something,
See?
like a
See?
little
Let me
Febreze.
find out. Let me find out.
Gross.
You trying to shortcut on
See that?
laundry.
Man, you
Done.
go to Marshalls with $100. You can leave there with school clothes, some candles, some knives. You know what I'm saying? A robe,
Get your brother with
some
you.
shoes.
Get
I'm
him.
trying
That's
to
bad.
help y'all
Men
out.
do stuff like that.
See?
Well, no, women do stuff like that too. Just shake the shirt
I
out.
be seeing
and
y'all
go,
in there.
Girl, this is a little musty.
See?
It's
Nigga
going
smelling like
on.
yesterday.
No, I know girls who will wear a dress, tuck the tag in, and take it back.
I thought people only did that
Trash.
shit on TV. That like people
No,
really do that shit.
in LA, bro,
That's
people do
trifling.
that going to certain parties
Just to
and
look
clubs,
hot.
man, just to look popping, and it's like, girl, you can't even afford that.
Exactly.
They have
clearly.
that. They have where you can borrow a Louis Vuitton bag and you can keep it for like a certain amount of days and then give it back.
Like why?
That's
Like
horrible.
why are you frauding
Like you're
like
you're
that?
renting.
Like that's,
Cap is real. People want to.
that's crazy.
Right. But
People-
that's how those girls a lot of times will get those guys because they already look like they
Exactly.
got
Like if
something
you
going
a broke
on.
ass, just own your broke assness. Like
Right.
don't be fake about it.
But no, it's like people like the idea of you look the way you're looking at me. You think that I have money. Like they
Right.
like
That
that
power.
that feel of it and
Right.
how people treat you differently when you have money. That's just how it is. Not that I would know.
Right. She like, that's exactly how it is.
But
Right.
people treat you differently. They look at you. I've told y'all I've told y'all a couple times when women or men, you probably know, people see you on stage, they think you the shit. They think you
Yeah.
got something.
Oh, yeah.
And I know people who go up at the Laugh Factory, and I know you finna Uber as
Right.
soon as you get out of here because
Right.
you gotta work tonight. You know
Right.
what I mean? You
Right.
an Uber driver.
It's real life.
But
Right.
it's like they see you on the stage and they just assume that you got this stuff and they treat you totally different. It's more with the men. Women come at them like, oh my God, I just wanna be near you. And it's like,
Right.
girl, he working Ralph's.
Mhm.
He
Men
still-
already. So you saying men are a little intimidated, or they already assume you got it going on, or what?
If men see me on stage, they usually get a little intimidated, or I don't really get approached much. Or they might be like, "Oh yeah, you were really funny," or you know what I mean. But I never get like hit on like the men do. Like after the show, after the show, you hang out outside.
Right.
The girls be like, "Oh my God, can I get a picture
Yeah.
with you? You were so funny." And I'm
Yeah.
like,
That
"He
don't
was
happen to you?
trash. He
I
bombed."
Right.
And me, no, they just be like, "Oh, what's up? You was cool." Or I get the little, "Yeah, my nigga." Like,
Yeah. Good shit. Yeah, real good shit.
It's like, no. Did you not hear me talk about how single I am? on
Right,
stage?
nigga,
Like,
yo, come over here and give me your
come over
phone number.
here.
Right. But yeah, it can be a little, if they're not as secure, then they may
Yeah.
not know what they need to have to be able
Yeah.
to approach you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So it
yeah.
can be a little lot. So maybe you got to make it a little more effort to kind of show a little flirtation. You know what I'm saying? Got to do a little. Okay.
I'm tired. I just
I'm
said all
good.
that work. Like,
See?
You know what? I'm finished with her.
She's saying she ain't got the energy to try to get.
I
try
gotta
to
get
my
a
man there,
shirt
right?
that says "Approach me."
See that? Right.
Approach
Fire.
me.
Approach me correctly.
Come at me.
All right, y'all. We're gonna take a real quick break. Maybe eat some chicken.
Yeah.
Show Charlie how to do some laundry, something.
Play spades. Learn how to play
right.
spades.
Exactly. But we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Once we go back, see if give them the number.
Hey guys, it's Shelly Rio from Rollout Digital. We have a new sponsor named Rodney, and he has these awesome straws. They're made out of grass. They're called grass straws, and you can get them at grassstraw.net. And make sure you use the code D3 so they know that Rollout Digital sent you. Hey guys, it's Shelly Rio from Rollout Digital.
Boy Speedy.
And Shelly Rio.
And we're here to tell you guys all about
the 2020 Comedy Cruise.
Going down July 30th to August 2nd. Leaving out of Long Beach, going to Ensenada, Mexico. We have 2 big comedy shows. A lot of comedians on the show. You're going to love it. And we're also doing a blue pajama jam. That's blue pajama jam. Where everybody got to wear blue because it's his birthday. You got to wear it too.
Anyway, or you can come to my game night with Shelly Rio, which is going to be a lot of fun.
And so she says. We're also going to have our girl Alice is doing a workout. So you can get your workout on, have some fun, and enjoy yourself on vacation. Again, it's going down July 30th to August 2nd. Leaving out of Long Beach, going to Ensenada, Mexico.
Yes, so make sure you get your deposits in. You have less than 30 days before they go up. So all you have to do is email rolloutdigital@gmail.com. That's rolloutdigital@gmail.com.
See you on the cruise.
Handler. Did you see how many people converged on Chris Boschuk? Great answer there by Kobe. Very quick to the bucket. But the Raptors have to realize.
On the clock, Kobe Bryant inbounding. As Leo mentioned, the opening tee's #1 in the association, close to 35 per ball game. Comes up shooting, got it, tough shot. He's attempted 1,030 years average, 129 days. The Raptors are 24th on that list at 28 years and 4 days. Bryant up top from 21.
Those numbers are a little deceiving, Chuck, when you take a few days.
Popped out, rebound Bryant. Kobe Bryant in this game, 3 of 6. He's got 6 points. Weaving inside, working on Jalen Rose. Beautiful goal off the window.
He's a player, Chuck, that loves contact.
Showing a little bit of the young Kobe. Oh, watch the dunk!
Kobe Bryant with the rejection on the help defense.
Well, the spin behind his back for Pau Gasol on the dunk. That'll bring another timeout from Lawrence Frank. Kobe with a sick move in the lane. Last time I was up that high, the Rockets bag. Bryant. Whoa! Twisting move by Kobe Bryant. Bring it on, Kobe, baby. Here comes Bryant. The spin move. Mesmerizing play.
He's so on track.
Bryant's played by Rose, finding space on the baseline. Somehow he was able to find the opening. He throws it off the back of Ygoc and it ricochets right to him. Kobe Bryant, the deal with goes in. Count that Bethlehem Kobe. There's your concession. 1:40 to play on the reverse. Kobe took it away. Dish will find him. And just like that, on the 360, the Lakers back within two. But it's stolen by Kobe. Look out. Lakers at two. Exclamation point. Pass by Shaq to Kobe. There's a little showtime from the Lakers. It wasn't a lot under. Kobe with spin. Creates contact and got it up over top of anyway. What a play by Kobe. Puts it past to Shaq. Beautiful and he scores. What a play. Sensational. I mean, around his hand and check.
Paving the secret.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the YGOC podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Fatima Ming. To my left, we got
Whisper.
Hey.
on the end, we got
Hey, Charlie Wilson. What's up, y'all?
behind the glass curtain as usual. We have HNS in the building.
Shalom to the people.
So yeah, before we kind of get into the question of the day, if you guys have any thoughts as far as anything that we've talked about, as far as Kobe or child support or Beyonce's situation not being all inclusive, then feel free to give us a call at 818-914-4087. And Charlie, what's the question of the day, sir?
So it was kind of piggybacking on what we was talking about earlier today. What was we just talking about? I said it was gonna be like the question of the day. With a woman who is established, is she okay? No, is a guy okay taking in a relationship with a woman who is more established than he is?
Meaning, so what is the question? Should guys be okay with that?
Or is a woman okay being more established than her man? So if you got your stuff together, see. So you obviously you got trying to get your life together, but are you okay with a guy who isn't as established as you, but still loves you, still is here to be with you, still to commit his life to you, both of y'all?
I'm gonna need you to elaborate.
Okay, because I want to know. I want to know.
I need you to elaborate on what you mean by not as established. Like, what does that mean?
Okay, so for
exactly?
example, you got your own house, you got your own car, you have a job. Okay. Let's just say he's not as solid. Maybe he's in between. Maybe he's still just trying to figure himself out.
That's too broad, Charlie. Like, what does that mean? Is he living with 6 other people?
Yeah.
And
right, yeah.
Job?
So maybe he got roommates, and he maybe just moved out here. I'm just saying, if he's not as solid as a man, or does your guy automatically have to have this, and he's got to be set?
I'm gonna let you answer that first.
I would talk to him, but Jesus be a fence around my ovaries, okay? I would talk to him, but my thing is, what's important to me is your ambition. Mm-hmm. If you're just like chilling all the time, playing video games, you ain't really putting in the hustle. If I can outwork you, we can't be together. Period. It's cool if you're still getting yourself together and getting on your feet. You can have a roommate, that's cool. But it's gotta, is it a nice place? You know what I mean? Cause I would rather you have your own place and maybe it be a studio or something like that, but your hustle has to be serious.
Sure.
You can't be on some I'm just out here, I want to do this and this, and you're not really putting in no effort, So that's important.
So as long as it's got the ambition there and you feel it, then maybe you work with him, give him that shot.
It's gonna take me a long time to give you some. I'm gonna tell you that.
Damn, fellas.
Wow.
If you ain't got your shit together, right? If you ain't got your shit together, fellas.
Because I feel like we're gonna be splitting a lot of meals, and I'm gonna be like, pussy dry. It's dry.
Damn. See there.
Hilarious.
Okay, and you? Because I know you trying to tippy-toe around it. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Let me think.
See that?
I mean,
no.
So he's ambitious, but he got roommates. Maybe he doesn't have a car. Maybe he's on public transportation.
Oh, you didn't say that. You didn't say that.
But because of his circumstances,
Wait a minute.
maybe he's serious about his business. He's got a plan, or are y'all immediately just casting dudes off? Because I feel like a lot of times women say, I feel like a lot of times women say, I want a good man. I want a man who's about me. I want a man who's serious about committing to me. I want this, and this, a family, da. But obviously, it's got to be a man that can provide that too. But if he has a plan,
here's the thing with me. Would I prefer that you have your own spot and you have a car? Abso-fucking-lutely. Mm-hmm. But in my last relationship, when we first started dating, he had been out here less time than me. So when we first started dating, he was in a situation where he did have roommates and his car wasn't out here yet. So he would either rent cars or take lifts or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that wasn't a huge deal at the time. Gotcha. And during the course of our relationship, his car got shipped out here and his living situation changed. So I wouldn't just not talk to a guy just off rip if he doesn't have his own spot or if he doesn't drive. As far as the ambition thing, you have to be ambitious. You got to be a go-getter, but it's not I don't know if I would say I would put a time frame on it. You say you want to do these things, how soon are you trying to do it? But I need you to have an actual tangible plan, and shit needs to be in motion. I don't need you to, I come home and I'm like, hey, babe, what you doing? You've been chilling all day. That's not going to be a thing.
You know what? This is interesting because it brings me to a whole nother topic within this question. Is ambition necessary for you to be able to find love and have a happy, healthy relationship? Because that's what it sounds like I'm hearing. Ambition has to be there. He's got to have the ability to go do something.
Before we let Whisper give her side note, if y'all have an opinion on this, make sure y'all call in.
Please.
818-914-4087 and give y'all 2 cents on this. But yeah, go ahead. What's how important is
because niggas don't want women who ain't got no ambition, who ain't doing anything. Y'all get irritated like, bitch, you been sitting
But I think
around
some
all
guys
day.
are okay with that. They just want like a trophy girl, and
I mean, not all of them, but it's just like, of course you want somebody who is ambitious and is out here trying to get it, and yeah, that's a big factor. I don't want to be with somebody who's a bum and is not going anywhere, because how can I trust you and trust that you're gonna lead me and lead our family when you ain't getting up off the couch? And I'm gonna tell you right now, paying for things makes the coochie dry.
wow.
Period.
She said, okay. I mean,
anytime you gotta pull your purse out, just dries up a little bit more.
I'm like, yep.
if it's a repeated thing, yeah. Like once we're in a relationship, yeah, it'll be give and take. Like, you know, one night you pay for the date, one other night I pay. Like that's cool. But like off rip, and you're like courting or trying to get me, and I gotta keep going. Like I don't know. That is a little bit of a turn off, but at the same time, I'm not. You know,
at the end of the day, we all want men that we can look up to.
Right.
And I can't look up to you if you're somebody who isn't driven and you just...
Or if you constantly have money problems. Like, that's not...
But I'm not talking about money problems. I'm not talking about he doesn't have it together. I'm saying he just got a job, and that's his job, and that's just where he work. He work at UPS.
But
he got to be ambitious. He got to want more.
Yes,
he got, you know, okay.
Yes, you can't just be like, I'm going to be a driver at UPS forever. Okay, what else do you want to do? You going to do this forever? And, like, you don't want anything better for yourself? Like, you don't want to go back to school? You don't want... Because 9 times out of 10, whatever you're doing is going to be a grind. So it's like, why not just grind for something that you actually want? You know what I mean?
But for him, he might just be like, well, I got a house. You know, I'm good. I just want to pay for it. I'm good.
Well, real quick,
right.
Willie Sweet Wonka Joe in the chat room said women want men to have ambition because they want to make their friends admire them.
No, that's not true at all. I don't give a shit about my friends because half of them bitches ain't got shit going. or they you know, men is cheating, whatever. But it's about wanting someone to look up to. Just like you want to look at your girl and be like, damn, she fine, she's smart, she got her shit together. We want to look at you and be like,
of course,
this nigga is a leader. Like, you know what I mean? I feel safe. I feel protected with you. And I'm not going to feel that way if I'm like, oh, you just going to stay at the same job making minimum wage forever? Like, you know what I mean?
And my thing is, it's like, you know, like you use an example of like a guy that works at UPS. I'm not opposed. It's like I don't have an issue with someone if you're content with just having like a career in corporate America. If you want to have a 9 to 5, that's cool. But just the way my life is set up and the things that I'm pursuing, the things I have going on, I need someone that's more so on a entrepreneurial side or more of a boss side. 'Cause I need you to have a little bit control over your time. Because if it's Monday and I say Wednesday I'm getting on a plane and we taking a trip, I don't need to hear, well, let me check my PTO bank. No, like you just have to have like. Your situation has to be in alignment with what I have going on.
Fellas, you got to be a boss if you're going to shoot in her DMs, okay?
Well,
you got to check with your shift manager, nigga.
I won't say that. I'm cool because, like, my dad is in corporate America. But, like, my dad went back to school, you know what I mean? And now he's a contractor and runs his whole department at his job and works from home. You know what I mean? When my parents met, he was just getting into computers. He was just he was in the Navy. Like, he was figuring shit out. He had vision though.
Right.
This is the 70s when computers was like huge fridge in the basement. He was like, I'm gonna get into that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so from that, now he's taking my mom all around the world. He's bought a house, bought a car. Like he had clear visions for his life, and that's all you need.
Well, that's dope, and it's good to hear you say that because as a young lady, now you've seen what a man and a leader should look like in a household. So that's kind of set the bar for what you need to go out there and find. So I think that's cool. But you can also see for a lot of women that don't know what that template looks like for how a man should be a lead, and maybe how he did take him and his family to a different level. So
looks like we got a phone call.
Come through.
What's your name, caller? Where you calling from?
This is Wonka Joe, a.k.a. Willionaire Willie. What's happening?
What's going on?
Yeah. What's going on, Whisper?
Hey, how are you? What's up?
Yeah. I see our battle continues.
Yeah, okay, what's up? What's going on? Our battle continues. We arch nemesis? I didn't even know we was beefing.
Yeah. I called it before. I had a little battle with you. It was nothing, though. You know what I'm saying? But, listen, man, I just want to, you know what I'm saying, kind of make a point real quick. You feel me? Because this is the thing. we don't have structure in America, right? Like China, they got like a 5,000-year culture, right? Japan has like a fucking 5,000-year culture. All these cultures. America's a fucking melting pot. Everybody has a fucking opinion. Everybody wants their fucking own universe, and everybody wants to motherfucking make you believe what they believe. And then women and shit are making money just as much as men. Women are taking jobs from men. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that does happen in society.
Right.
So if a man is out here and he graduates from college and he got some type of fucking degree, and you got 30 black women out here who got the fucking same degree, who's going to get the job? The one black guy with the college degree compared to 30 black women? More than likely, one of those black women is going to get that fucking job. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this is the world we live in. So what I ask women is, what is the structure that you want? You know what I'm saying? Because we in a world now where America is not 1857 where a man go get some land and some animals and shit, marry a woman and shit, have kids, and then we just raise kids. We're not living in that world no more. Everybody want to live in the city. Everybody want to drive Benzes and shit and run up credit cards.
Yep.
What type of fucking structure do you women want? Is my question.
They want a nigga that's like Diddy. They want a whole CEO,
Not
boss.
necessarily. But no, I will,
That's true. That's
I
true.
will say, yes, you are correct where women, black women especially, are dominating in the working field. We're getting educated more and, taking more jobs from men. I will agree with that. But we are in a day and age where you can start a business from home. You know what I mean? Like you can, print shirts from your fucking garage. So it's like, all it is like, if you, what else do you want to do with your life? Do you want to work at UPS forever, or what's the vision for yourself?
See, in other words, the bar has just been risen.
Do you want to be the manager? Do you want to be take over? Like, what do you want to do? Is what we're saying. Like,
so Whisper, is your thing like the type of dude that you would want to be with long term? Are you looking for someone that's not okay just kind of being a worker? Like, do you want someone that's more of a I'm the boss, or I'm the manager, or I'm the...
Yeah, I want someone who wants things for himself. You don't have to necessarily be in entertainment or anything like that. You don't, but do you want to do better? You know what I mean? Do you want to be a manager? Do you want to take, be the whatever? I don't care. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Please. Now, with that being said, if you're a man, right? And let's talk about black people, because that's what I mostly deal with. You know what I mean? But if you're a black man and you got this hustle and you got a pretty decent online business, what is it about you as a female that makes you so different or special from these other females that's going to keep my attention? Because if I'm a man and I'm doing way better than motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Lil Reek and them, you know what I'm saying? They got probation, they got a suspended driver's license, and I got options as a man out here.
Right.
And there's a lot of females out here with an education and can cook some grits and shit.
Right.
And suck some good dick. What is it about you that's gonna make me keep my attention on you as a woman? You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, I'll let y'all talk. I'm out.
Shit. All right. Hey, we appreciate the
feedback,
feedback, man.
Appreciate your phone call. Well, I feel like with what he was saying, that depends on what type of dude you are. You know what I mean? If you're the type of dude who you want to have multiple women and da 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 da,
he ain't saying nothing about multiple women.
Or,
he just saying,
if you want to go out here and like, oh, you can't keep my attention or blah blah blah.
Nah, he's saying what you got to offer on top of that. Because I think what he's saying is women got these expectations of what they want in a man, and I want a man to do this and have this and be this. But what are you doing?
Because we were talking about like ambition, and then it kind of went to career and finances. Like for me personally, that's not all I'm looking for. So it's just like you're expecting certain things from me as a woman that you want in your life. There's other things that I'm looking for from you also. So you can't be a dickhead, but you got 6 figures in your bank account, and I'm just going to give you the pussy, or I just want to be with you because of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like
you gotta have that and also respect me and listen to me and all that. Right. But that's what I guess we're trying to tell you is that the moment that y'all want this boss, y'all want this Diddy, y'all want this mogul, y'all want this hustler, this ambitious dude.
Diddy as an example.
He's who come to mind when we just say mogul, someone who's a boss, right?
What you're saying.
But there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
When y'all get that type of a guy, he's not also going to be this other gentleman that you may be having in mind, too, in terms of I want someone who's also going to be sweet and take me out and have time and this and
So
da, da,
are
da.
you saying that
Well,
there's a better
there's a
chance that if
compromise.
he's like financially up there like a mogul that he's gonna have other personality shortcomings that we
Not
have
necessarily
to
other
suffer?
personalities,
be
but
a
he's going to have
person.
other priorities. And
Yeah.
he's going to have other things. So there's going to be just a lot more that's going to come with being with a guy like that you
Right.
also have to be prepared and capable to deal with, too.
Right.
So that simplicity that you look for, just now I want to be in control. Now I want you to do this. It's like, okay, well, you can do that to the UPS guy, but you don't want him. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, everybody's gonna have shortcomings. Like
For
everybody,
sure.
it doesn't matter if he's UPS or this big major millionaire.
Sure.
Everybody has shortcomings. It just depends on I feel like it depends on the bond that you make with that person, because I'm sure you can go out here and be like, it's bad bitches everywhere, but
Right.
you have a connection with your wife.
Right.
Right.
And your woman that keeps you from being like, let me go over there with the bitch who's got a fat ass but she can cook and she got good pussy. No, it's the bond that you make with that person that
Right.
will keep you. You know, that's why people say
But
married
it
for-
won't keep you.
But it will. The bond, you saying the bond that you have
The
with
bond
your
ain't
wife,
strong enough alone. That's what the caller
There's
Willie.
other
Shout out to
things.
Willie. That's what he was talking about.
There's
What
other
else are you
things,
doing?
yeah.
What else are you providing? Because your presence alone isn't enough.
Wow.
Because again, that's why that's the
so
point
how
is
do people stay married for like 60 years?
A lot of people
Because-
stay in
That's-
unhappy marriages out of comfort,
right.
and that's what you're
That's
used
the
to.
setup. That's what we used
But
to. Exactly.
that's not my experience. I know plenty of people who are happily married and been married for.
But that was our
Yeah.
grandmothers. That was our aunties. That was a different time. Because the time that we live in, we see 2,000 options right in front of us the next day. So it's a different time.
But I'm saying though, people have not just all of a sudden. Yes, now we have Instagram and Facebook, but they had the world is still here.
They
People-
had the city.
it's
That's
still-
why he was
it's still
smashing
people-
27 chicks in the same hood.
Exactly. But I'm just what I'm saying is, if I yes, there's another female who she got her own car, she got this, blah 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 blah. But I'm saying the bond that you make with that person and the love that we create with each other should keep you there. It shouldn't be like
That should be a part of it.
yeah, but it shouldn't just be like, oh well, I'm out because like you know what I mean. Like it's 28 bitches that are like you, and we all act like we don't have expectations for the people that we date. We all do.
Sure.
We all make up in our mind what we want our perfect person to be, and nobody's gonna come close to that. You know what I mean? Someday you might have things that you check off, but they're also gonna have things that you don't like.
So
I think it comes down to you should have, I'll say at least three or so core needs that you need that you can't, you're not going to bend on those. Those are non-negotiables. If you can find someone that meets your core needs, I feel like a lot of other things
Can be worked out.
You can work that out. So it's like, don't try to look for a perfect person. Just be understanding enough of yourself of, I need these 3 basic things.
Right.
If you can provide these things and I'm attracted to you,
Right. We can work
then
through everything else.
we can work through some other shit.
Right.
Like that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So as a guy, like how do you feel about having an ambitious, like, was that something that definitely is a turn on, you feel like, for men?
For me personally, it is.
Okay.
It's a big turn on because I think it's just attractive to see a woman who knows what she wants and she's going after it and she's figuring it out and she's piecing it together. To me, that's a lot more attractive, and a guy is a lot more ready and willing to take care of and be there for a woman that is trying to be assertive and get what she wants and not settle and deal with this. So those are attractive traits.
And you're very different. Not a lot of men like that.
And
some men feel like you're stepping on their manhood if you're assertive or if you got your own shit going on or if like you know what I mean?
You want to know why? Because y'all have this expectation that he has to be doing all of that stuff more and better than you. Just like you just said, he's got to be a boss. He needs to be ambitious. He needs to be this. And then his question is, what are you doing then?
No.
If you're not as successful as he is, what am I getting from you that I can't get from everywhere else in the streets?
My thing is, I don't expect you to be as successful as me. I just want you to, whatever your lane is, I want you to be the best in that lane.
So
Or
you
at
want the
least-
best of the best.
At least trying.
You see how high women
or,
shoot? You gotta
or
be
at
the-
least trying to be, because I'm gonna be trying to, do
Be
my
your
thing.
best self.
But I'm not
Sure.
gonna be looking at you like,
Right.
oh shit, nigga, you still working at UPS. I'm gonna be like, okay, are you?
Shout out to UPS. 'cause
Shout
we've
out,
been
they getting
coming
some
at them
play,
today.
right?
Are
I hope
you-
they hiring right now. Somebody's finna Google
Nothing
UPS.
wrong
Let me
with
see.
working
what
Nigga,
they
they
have.
always hire.
They always wrong.
But no, as long as you're trying to grow and be better in your field, then that's cool with me. I'm never gonna look down on you because you have a job or whatever.
I feel like that's what makes it hard now to date, though, because this ambitious thing is so attractive to so many women, of course, and you're constantly gonna meet a guy who's at a better level, at a more qualified level, at a better option, and then that's what most women are looking for. Well, that's why Future and some of these other guys who can take care and can provide, or that are a boss, or do have the money, get women regardless. Because that's the primary factor, motivating factor. Is you just got to have more money. You got to have it going on. You got to be able to take care and provide.
I feel like, again, it depends on what type of dude you are, because you don't, if you're a kind of guy who's like, I don't want to be out here with hella bitches and doing this. And
What guy is that?
I know niggas who they get to 35 and they're like, fuck,
ready
nigga.
to chill.
I done fucked hella bitches. You know what I mean? I'm it's like, when you're 35 and you still in the club, like niggas be like, damn, I want to go home.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I think Speedy said that on the show one time where he was like, you be wanting to be home with your person.
Facts. I can definitely relate.
So my thing is like, it just depends on the type of dude you are. You can handle that level of, if you can handle that level of success and you still got your, you find your person, you find your person. It doesn't matter if we keep grinding and we get higher and higher and higher. If I'm with this amazing person, that's who I'm gonna be with. It don't, whatever. The temptation, whatever.
I feel like that's what
niggas gonna nig, man.
I feel like loyalty plays a factor.
Definitely.
And it's also about, like where you're at in your life. Like, are you in a place mentally and emotionally and spiritually where you're ready to commit and be with one person?
Yeah.
If you're not there, then it really doesn't matter who the fuck you meet.
That's true.
It don't matter how much I like you. It don't matter how much we click. If I'm not in a space where I want to commit, it doesn't fucking matter.
Side note.
Here you go.
Since we were speaking of Diddy, did you guys see how he posted that picture of
or his wife,
Kim Porter?
No, this was a recent post?
Yes, he made this long post about Kim Porter, and pretty much it was saying, love people when you have them.
Yeah, I did see that.
Tell them how much you need them, and like how much you blah blah blah. And I feel like he is a prime example of you getting money, but you had your person,
right?
Yeah. But you didn't respect it. You didn't tell them
cherish
how you didn't cherish it, and you learned, unfortunately, a hard lesson. But he's a prime example of that. Like you had this amazing person, and he's talked about it before, on posts and stuff about how much he regrets not marrying her, not loving her how he fully should have, and how he took her through so much bullshit when he didn't have to. But
I think a lot of people like have that. You never miss the water till the well runs dry. It's like, oh, they're not here anymore, so I loved you so. Like, okay, where was all this realization when you had them?
Right. All the dudes that's watching this with their girl right now, their girl nudging them. See, nigga,
nigga, you need to appreciate
right.
me.
You need to appreciate me while you can, bitch.
But I mean, I've gone through that too, where I had somebody who was really, he was good, but he just wasn't ambitious, and I was paying for everything. I was working 2 jobs to take care of us.
Damn.
And looking back on it, I should have been a little bit more understanding.
Of what if this nigga wasn't working? Like,
it's a way to nudge somebody and to motivate somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
And now being older, I know you have to do things with me in a loving way.
Right.
You can't just be like, K-Dot is famous for this. She is harsh. She be like, bitch, get on your shit.
Right.
And that doesn't affect me the
delicate.
same way.
It's not what you say, it's how you say
exactly.
it.
And so I could have been more, and then now I'm like, oh, I kind of miss him. But I mean, I know there's more people out there. I'll find somebody else. But that's a big regret of mine, of not being as loving as I could have been. But
that's what
life goes on.
But that goes to my question though. So it sounds like this is a nice guy who you had a lot of relationship with. But if his ambition ain't in check, or if he's that driven as you or more, then he loses his chances, and y'all are less likely to move forward. Y'all less likely to grow together, even though he may have a special place in your heart. But I think it's important too.
It sounds like
I
she's
gave him
growing
a long
and he was
time.
standing still.
Yeah,
right.
I was.
There's only so much you can help somebody else grow.
Almost a year of me.
Yeah.
Working 2 jobs. Like we had been together for 3 years, but I paid all the bills for most of that time. And then
sorry, player. I tried to have you back from
but
it.
But it was really. I was in. That's why I have the views that I have now, because I was definitely in love, but it was like, you got to know the fine line of when you're
Right.
being used.
Right. And some
You
guys
know
can
what I
take
mean?
advantage of that too.
Some can take
Right.
advantage
Right,
of
right.
it. Some can definitely take advantage. It's the same way. It happens to men. Women come and they want to,
Be taken care of.
be
and
taken
shit.
care of,
Right.
and y'all been together 3 months, and now the bitch living with you, and you like, how the fuck I'm taking care of you?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's what I'm
happens.
saying. You be having sex, and then after that nut,
Right.
you be like, this bitch is not all that.
Right.
So, HNS, what's your 2 cents on unambitious women? Is that an
Here we go.
automatic turn on?
First off, in the Bible it says, nigga.
She already beat me to it. I don't know. My views are completely different from you guys' conversation. I used to be in that space where I was kind of caught up in material things in the world and, where I live and type of house we live in and all that stuff. And just dealing with life and losing people and meeting new people. I've learned a valuable lesson that when this shit's all over, you can't take none of that with you. All you have is memories.
Yeah.
So I think more important than finding somebody who's ambitious or who wants a better house or whatever, find somebody who respects you and value you for who you are. Because I feel like I've lost houses, I've lost cars, I've lost money. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit don't mean nothing.
But it's so easy to wipe your tears with $100 bill.
Yeah, but I tell you what.
I'm done with her.
I'll tell you what.
But tell that to Diddy though.
I'm done.
Who's
That's
heartbroken?
true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. That's
Tell that
true.
to Diddy who's heartbroken.
I remember I bought we went and got a house in Calabasas, man, as we came back off the road. And spent all my money on this house, thought I was doing my thing, lost the house.
Shit.
So I go from living in Calabasas, 5-bedroom home, moved all my brothers and shit in, to being homeless. You understand?
Shit.
And what you realize is you see what kind of people really, really value you and care about you.
Right.
Absolutely.
And all of those women I was dealing with, not one of them popped their head up.
First of all of those women.
You understand? So, whether it was a relationship or just friendship.
Yeah.
But the people I had around me, nobody stuck their hand out or popped their head or said anything.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, and there was very few people who did, and those people I still have around me.
Yeah.
So I feel like, especially in a relationship, if you're gonna waste your time building with somebody, it shouldn't be on something that can be taken away,
Yeah.
or
Right.
replaced.
That's true. That's true.
Makes sense.
And it's LA, so I mean, this is LA. So imagine if you like The Rock, this is the one place you can live and actually meet The Rock.
Facts. It's your best shot,
Yeah,
ladies.
so
It's
this
your
is a
best
scary
shot.
place. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Future shot at The Rock. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I just would like to be with someone who is ambitious and we can
Right.
we can build. And again, it doesn't have to be you trying to be a millionaire or
Right.
a billionaire. Just
Want a better life.
grinding whatever your
But
lane is.
but is that idea of a better life and that idea to achieve more based on him or is it based on you?
this nigga
Drop the mic.
No, nigga.
Drop
nah,
the mic.
nigga.
See, because he could think I am ambitious, I am doing good. But if it's up to you, then you could say, nah,
It
you
has
need
to be
more.
Whisper's definition of
See what I'm
ambitious
saying?
should look
Exactly.
like.
That's a whole new show. Y'all tune in next week.
This nigga think he just said something. You
I'm
ain't
just
saying
saying.
shit.
Okay. Well,
If it's in your, I only know in entertainment what ambition looks like. If you're in your lane, like my dad is in computers, I don't know what that looks like, what climbing the ladder is in computers, except for being like, I create Apple or some shit like that's, you know what I mean? So your lane is your lane. If you're saying, I'm gonna do this and I just
Right.
have to go with that, you
Right.
know? Just like niggas don't know how it is to be in comedy and they like, nigga, you ain't at the Laugh Factory yet.
Right.
That's on a checklist, but it's not. That doesn't mean that boom, you made it. You know what I mean?
not at all. Right.
We got a call.
Yeah, we got a phone call. What's your
Come
name,
through.
caller? Where you calling from?
Hi, young guns. This is Seymour.
Hey,
Hey.
Seymour. What's
What's up,
happening,
Seymour?
girl?
I was just calling in. Nice discussion. I want to just do a rest in peace to the Bryant family and saying prayers
Oh,
for
yeah.
them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Is K-Dot okay?
She's just feeling a little under the weather. She'll survive. We just didn't want her and her
Okay.
germs around us today.
She out. She getting hoes.
Tell
Shout
them
out to
get some
K-Dot.
black seed oil. Get some black seed oil capsules. That's good
She
for
probably
you.
watching. Make sure you go
Okay.
get it, K-Dot.
I'm so serious though. Don't get the liquid though, K-Dot. Get the capsules because the liquid, Lord have mercy, feel like a V6 engine.
Oh,
But I
man.
wanted to kind of chime in. There's a show on Fox Soul with Dr. Sean.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all could, if you get a chance to listen to that, he had a counselor on talking about love
Mm-hmm.
and how we aren't taught to love.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of, in our little homes, watch our mom and dad and say what they did, that's love, and
Right.
but no one really teaches us what that is and what you perceive love to be and what the person you may be dating perceives love to be could be two totally different things.
Right.
But we don't ever discuss that. We just kind of come in with our own ideas of what love is. And then as far as ambition, you have to be careful with that as well, because, you know, if you want to go to the word doesn't tell us to be busy. The word tells us to be fruitful.
Come on.
Right.
Okay.
And there are some people who, you know, they're content with, I don't have student debt. My home is paid for. I'm able to pay my bills and travel, and they're okay with that. And if you get someone that's ambitious and you're ambitious too, when do y'all have time to cultivate the relationship? If your hustle is being on this next level and getting to this place, Will Smith just recently spoke about how that was something that he wanted to be the best actor in, you know, the industry. And then he got there and it still wasn't fulfilling.
Yeah.
So, you know, this ambition, I think it's about finding your purpose and that thing that really fills you versus, okay, I'm at this level, now I got to go here. You never have a chance to really appreciate and live in the moment because you're always looking at this next level that you try to aspire to get to, and you get there and you're still not fulfilled.
Right. True. Very good
And then
point.
there are some people that are trying to achieve to cover up unresolved trauma.
Preach.
They don't want to. I think that's what's
Preach.
going on with Kevin Hart. He keeps talking about in that documentary, I'm okay. Kevin Hart has been through a lot of traumatic things, losing his mom. And they talk about he's a workaholic. And that's not normal. That's not healthy.
Right.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we should focus on trying to be whole individuals. It's not about, you know, the car you drive. And I hear Claudia talk about how when she was in LA, how she couldn't find a dude. Now she found this dude in Dallas and they're happy and everything like that. Because everybody there is trying to get to this next thing. They're trying to get somewhere instead of understanding and appreciating where you are and finding your own purpose. Finding that thing that fills you up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
that's so
saying?
true. That's so real.
I'm just a little country girl from Shreveport, Louisiana.
She was Shreveport.
Dropping the
Shout out
gems
to
on a
Shreveport,
Sunday.
baby.
You always call in and I'll be like,
single,
oh,
you
let me
know,
shut
but
up.
my thing is I'm content and cool with being single until I find that person
Your
that I
person.
can build with.
Right.
And it's not about I want to be the manager and I want to be, no, I'm cool with that. So I think, you know, you can have your ambitions, but figure out, well, why is it that you want that?
Right.
You know, because I think society and these reality shows, you hear them talk, I'm a boss chick, I'm a boss this and this, that, and the other.
Right.
And these people are inept.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, look at their fighting. You know,
They're
I got
miserable.
money, but you still empty.
Right. Sounds good.
You know what I'm saying? You got money, but you still cheap. Your mentality is cheap.
For sure.
Tell them,
gotta
Seymour.
watch that and not let them feed this thing of, you know, you got to work hard, you know, don't go to sleep, team, no sleep. That ain't healthy either.
Right.
Right. You finna die.
You need to rest.
Absolutely. I
But
agree.
that's all. I'm
1,000%.
sorry.
We appreciate you,
great
Seymour.
discussion.
Shout out Seymour. Shout out Shreveport, Louisiana, 318, baby.
You
Yeah,
always,
I'm just a little country girl. I'm going to eat some greens. Y'all take care.
Hey, get them greens on, man.
Yeah, I agree. Like my last relationship, he was like a workaholic, and I'm like, nigga, this is not. You're not supposed to work constantly, 24/7, not sleep, not taking proper care of yourself. Like that's not how
Healthy
it works.
either.
And then you wonder why your body will shut down, and you'll just be forced to like sleep for a whole day or 2 days because you're like this is
depriving
what you're
yourself.
supposed to do. Right, exactly. And it's like
but I think it's that pressure that people have on themselves to do that.
Right. And like she mentioned with Kevin Hart, a lot of times people will have like unresolved shit that happened and they'll try to just cover it up with work or with money and then you get what you thought you wanted and it's like I still
now what?
I'm not happy.
Right.
Like this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. So
that's a big thing in comedy where niggas is like, you got to be hitting an open mic every night. You need to be constantly booking shows and da da da. And like we was talking off camera where comics don't respect you if they don't see you out here in these streets all the time and you know hitting it. I had a friend who we just like we don't hang out anymore because she felt like I wasn't putting in the grind that she was putting in. But you can work a part-time job because you don't have to work like I do. I'm my own. I'm by myself. I have to take care of myself. I don't have no family out here, and I don't have parents that I can be like, hey, let me borrow such and such for my rent. So, and she just would put so much pressure on me that you need to be out here. You need to do this. You need to do that.
Well, see,
and it's like, nigga, like I have a full-time job. I got to take care of myself and pursue my thing. So it's like, this a big thing in comedy where they play you if you're not out here.
Well, the problem is people try to take their own process and their own stories, and they think that that's the
everyone else is
formula.
supposed to look,
You know what I'm saying? So they want to tell you their formula that they have to follow, but what they lose track of is your talent is different. You know what I'm saying? Your favor is different. You know what I'm saying? Your journey is different. All that's different. So you may not have to. You don't have to do the same steps that they did.
Right.
Especially now, you can walk into a room, kill it, and you'll be on TV before they do.
Right.
Now you got to look back at that. What was you telling me to do again?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think it's just important for everybody to just pay attention to their own process. You obviously want to take what other people that are doing what you do, you want to take what they say with a grain of salt, but just also understand, look, I'm figuring my own process and my own story out based on where I'm at and what I can do right now, and just try to work in a manageable workload. So I see you doing that, Whisper Man. So shout out to you and you know, following your journey within this industry.
I can't wait to blow up though. I'm gonna change.
She finna shit on everybody.
I'm gonna change on
See?
We don't fuck with you like that.
She warning us now. Basically, is what she said.
Like, Charlie, who?
I'm gonna be like, what's up?
can't.
What's up? You know, she gonna be on the red carpet and be like,
I'm like security,
that, like
security.
You know what?
see
We
that?
gonna let Whisper have the floor. So what's the move, Whisper? What's going on?
All right, so the moves. First off, if you're in LA, go check out a coffee shop called Bloom and Plume Coffee in LA. It's Black owned. Very nice.
Nice.
Two brothers and a sister open it up together, and they have a flower shop right next door. So check that out.
That's cute.
Also, if you like to drink,
Hey.
in February there's going to be a margarita crawl.
Ooh, what?
Where that's at?
It's towards the end of February 28th, I believe. But you can go to Bar Crawl Unlimited, and they will they have all the information on the margarita crawl. I'm definitely doing that because I love me some margaritas.
Sounds like it sounds like everybody gonna fall.
Have you ever done a bar crawl before?
No.
I don't want to say it's a white thing.
But are you literally like doing like a bear crawl?
No, you're just going from here,
Like spot
here.
to spot.
Oh, okay.
And you know
Hopping,
what?
basically.
Bar hopping, okay.
So back home, we have homecoming. They don't do it so much out in LA, but
Yeah,
homecoming is big.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Howard does a
Right,
bar
right.
crawl that nigga.
Goes
People
down.
don't
Serious?
survive, okay? But
Oh,
it's a lot of fun. Also, just so y'all know, we are a listener-supported show and accept donations through Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. And we're Rollout Digital on all those platforms. For every $10 sent, we will put your name into a drawing that will be pulled on Tuesdays on the Precious and Shelly Rio's
Happy
hour show.
Yeah, shout out to them.
And then, of course, our sponsor, Grass Straws.
Straws.
Okay.
Get your
Grass
straws.
straws are very environmentally friendly. We need to, they have us doing, what are those? Paper straws out here in LA. They need to go on ahead
Trash.
and switch
They
on
melt-
over
they
to
melt
the-
in your mouth.
Your beverage, 'cause it's
Exactly.
paper
They melt in your
straws.
mouth.
But these are really helpful to the environment. And so go to grassstraws.net. You can use the code D3 to let them know that we sent you and help the environment.
Absolutely. Save the turtles.
Okay, save the turtles. And then, of course, the comedy cruise is coming up. The deadline is February 2nd. The deposit will be $50. After that, it will go up. And the cruise is July 30th to August 2nd. We'll be going to Ensenada, Mexico.
Hey,
and
I'm
then-
doing sit-ups.
Okay. We don't
Ready.
care, okay?
I'm trying.
What are you trying to prove?
Trying. Prove that I ain't fat.
If you want information or want to, of course, come on the cruise with us, go to rolloutdigital@gmail.com. Email them for information. And then also the number is 747-242-3058. I will be there, hopefully 30 pounds lighter and
We're going
with
to have her
with
in
a bigger
bikini.
booty.
A bikini is happening for Whisper on the cruise.
Okay.
It's happening.
You ready,
Even if
fellas?
I don't lose the 30 pounds, I'm in a bikini.
It's a
a crop
bikini.
top.
Either way, fellas, come through. Pull up.
I'm going to be looking like Winnie the Pooh, but you're going to
Team
love
nobody
me.
shame. Embrace it.
Word.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a whole lot from my 2 cents today. Like after hearing about Kobe earlier, it's just kind of
All right.
appreciate every day, live every day like it's your last. You know, don't put things off or whatever.
Come on, Maya Angelou.
I think you're so stupid. I think we talked on a whole lot of random shit today. I think
We
it
did.
was a good time.
We did.
So let me see. So yeah, we'll do the word of the week first. Why not? Then we'll do the whole social media things. Cool with y'all.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, word of the week for January 26th. Accept, be proud of, and do not be afraid to walk in your own greatness. Do not dim your own light because it makes others uncomfortable. To quote Marianne Williamson, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Your playing small does not serve the world. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Sounds like some ambition. Right
Yeah,
there.
pretty much. So, Mr. Wilson, what's your social media, sir?
Damn, please follow me at Charlie Wilson TV. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm at Open Mic Spot in Inglewood every Friday. Come enjoy a good comedy show. $5. I know you ain't got a lot of bread, but coming through. $5 for the $5. For the
And they
$5,
got,
baby.
what y'all got, tacos and not
Yeah,
tacos?
we do tacos. We had fish nuggets, you know what I'm saying, and fries last week. So they switch it up every week, man. But it's the coolest thing you could do in the city without spending a lot of bread. And it's the same talent you're gonna see, you know, on Sunset, on Hollywood, on Melrose, or on TV. You just get them all right in the hood, right in a double location, man. So it's beautiful.
Cool.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Whisper Washington Comedy. I drop videos Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, so you can laugh, and I'll keep you laughing.
I cannot with her. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Fatima_Ming. You can also follow my new brand that hasn't dropped yet, but it has a page at Ming.Cosmetics. Also follow us at Young Guns of Comedy. And for our question of the week segment, you guys are always welcome to DM the page where we'll go to Charlie, or you can email me, younggunsofcomedyla@gmail.com. I think we're going to take off for Super Bowl Sunday, next Sunday, so we won't be here, but we'll be back after that. Don't forget anything? We got everything?
We covered it, man.
All right. Well, y'all have a great week, great Super Bowl Sunday, and just be blessed.
Be blessed.
YGFC.
Fire. Damn it, Kobe.
Paving the secret.
It's your boy Speedy.
And Shelly Rio.
And we're here to tell you guys all about
the 2020 Comedy Cruise.
Going down July 30th to August 2nd. Leaving out of Long Beach, going to Ensenada, Mexico. We have 2 big comedy shows. A lot of comedians on the show. You're going to love it. And we're also doing a blue pajama jam. That's blue pajama jam. Where everybody got to wear blue because it's his birthday. You got to wear it too.
Anyway, or you can come to my game night with Shelly Rio, which is going to be a lot of fun.
And so she says. We're also going to have our girl Alice is doing a workout. So you can get your workout on, have some fun, and enjoy yourself on vacation. Again, it's going down July 30th to August 2nd. Leaving out of Long Beach, going to Ensenada, Mexico.
Yeah, so make sure you get your deposits in. You have less than 30 days before they go up. So all you have to do is email rolloutdigital@gmail.com. That's rolloutdigital@gmail.com.
See you on the cruise.
Hey guys, it's Shelly Rio from Rollout Digital. We have a new sponsor named Rodney, and he has these awesome straws. They're made out of grass. They're called grass straws, and you can get them at grassstraw.net. And make sure you use the code D3 so they know that Rollout Digital sent you.